start off by giving our praises to Yahawah,
Yahawah,
Bashem, Yahawashi,
Yahawashi,
Bashem,
Hashem,
Rakah,
Bakal,
Kadash.
Kadash.
Double honor to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations to the house of David, the elect man pushing his faith in, pushing his truth in faith and sincerity. This is the brother Yatazakah.
Your brother McCall.
And we're just gonna go into a lesson tonight on how Yahawashi deals with the lowly, you know, and you know, the low, the humble, you know. So we're gonna start here in Isaiah 66:2. It says, "For all those things have my hand made, and all those things have been," said the Lord Yahawashi. "But to this man will I look, even to him that is poor and of a contrite spirit, and trembleth at my word." You know, so that's what Yahawashi is looking at. He's looking at those who are poor, you know, contrite, you know, which the word contrite, when you go into it, is speaking of being repentive, you know, sorrowful, you know, brokenhearted, you know, in a state to where, you know, you feel like you're not owed nothing. You feel like you owe something, you know, and that's how we supposed to feel. Yahawashi don't want nobody who high and mighty and think that they're owed something. You know, we owe Yahawashi everything, and that's that comes from having a poor and a contrite spirit. You know, well, let me try to see if I can find this word. Look up this word poor out. See what I get for that real quick. Okay, yeah, the word poor, when you go into it, is I don't know if you can hear it.
Strong's H 6041. Ani.
And it's poor, afflicted, humble, poor, needy, poor and weak, poor, weak, afflicted, wretched, humble, and lowly. You know, so there you go right there. You know, the Most High, He's dealing with the humble, lowly, and brokenhearted, the needy, the weak. You know, that's who Yahawashi dealing with. You know.
I got one for that.
Nah.
This is James 2:5. Hearken, my beloved brethren, have my Yahawah chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith, and heirs of the kingdom which he hath promised to them that love him. You got it, bro.
Bro, yeah. So that's it right there. Yahawashi, he is he's chosen the poor, rich in faith, man. You know, which those that's the real substance. That's the real riches, is your faith, you know, and spiritual things, spiritual gifts. Those are real riches, you know, those are things of real value, you know, and so the same thing that people value in this world as you know, being rich and having substance. Yahawashi, he doesn't value that as riches and substance. He has a different what's the word I'm looking for? He has a different what say up?
I said his thoughts ain't your thoughts.
Right, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah, if you just put it simply, you know, he's not on the same playing field as these people in this world. He doesn't look at things like you look at things, you know. I got a quick precept to break you up real quick. This Luke 16 and 15, it says, "And he said unto them," this is Yahawashi speaking, "Yea, are they which justify yourselves before men, but Yahawah knoweth your hearts. That which is highly esteemed among men is abomination in the sight of Yahawashi." You know, so the same things that men esteem highly and look at as things that makes you makes a man so to speak great, you know, in their eyes. Yahawashi, he doesn't acknowledge that it's great, you know. What Yahawashi acknowledges is great is what you wouldn't look at as great, you know. The humble, lowly man weak men, the poor, contrite men. Those the ones that Yahawashi values. You know, he don't value the ones who is high and mighty and got it going on, so to speak. You know, that's not who he values. You know, you got something, bro?
Yeah, bro.
This Psalm chapter 34 verse 18. It says, "The Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit." You know, so that's who Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is nigh unto. He's nigh unto those who are of a broken heart, man. You know, let me get that word, broken heart. It's 144 too. I call out Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Call Yahawashi shot.
Let me get that word. Shalakia. Let me get that word real quick for broken hearted. Uh, 34. Bear with me, Salakia. Salakia. So that word for broken hearted is well, broken. We're just gonna get broken first. The word broken is shabar. Shavar. And it says to break, break in pieces, to rupture, to be broken, be maimed, be crippled, be wrecked, to shatter, break, to close, to break out, to be broken, to be shattered. You know, let's get that word for heart. So we know broken, shattered, crushed. Get that word heart, which is loud, which goes to your mind. So, just get the word loud. Yeah, inner man, mind, will, heart, understanding, you know, conscience, you know. So, your mind, man. Yahawashi Shai is with those with a crushed mind, man. You know, those who are sorrowful, man. You know, and Shalom, Shalom.
Shalom.
So I'm gonna read the precept one more time. This Psalms 34 and 18. The Lord Yahweh Shai is not unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. So that's who Yahweh Shai is gonna save. You know, who has that contrite spirit, that broken heart, that repentant, troublesome spirit, and those who are crushed in their mind for you know, their disobedience towards Yahweh Shemel Shai and all the wicked things that they have done in this flesh. You know, that's Yahweh Shemel Shai. He's nigh unto those because those are the ones who are humble. You know, like you've been going into lately too. That word humble goes in to humiliation. And Yahweh Shemel Shai, he requires that from you. You know, he requires you to be humble, to have humility, like scriptures say, before honor comes humility, you know.
That's it. I got scripture on that real quick.
God.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 3:4. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For Yahweh Shem Yahushai proved them and found them worthy for himself. As gold in the furnace have he tried them, and received them as a burnt offering. And when you being punished in the sight of men, that's humiliated. That's being humiliated. Like if you in school, you go to lunchroom, somebody pull your pants down, that's in the sight of men. You're punished in the sight of men. You're humiliated. Okay? And there is no way, matter of fact, when we go out there and preach in the highways and hedges, the way we dress, the things we say, people we're so-called humiliated. Now, we understand that what we're doing is the correct thing to do. So we're not feeling like we're humiliated, but at the same time, it is the humbling process when you first start coming out and you got to wear the garments. Everybody's looking at you funny. When you first start coming out, it's a little bit weird. But that's all a part of the humiliation process. Your family talking behind your back, being people scoffing, which is prophecy because the scriptures say in the last days going to be scoffers walking into their own lust. Okay, so but humiliation is a big part of this thing. You're not going to get into the kingdom of Yahawashi on the righteous side without being humiliated. That's just not going to happen. But at the same time, Yahawashi said, if you want to come into this, you got to even put him before yourself. And when you do that, you're lowly. You don't care about yourself. You don't have any so-called standards, so to speak. So humiliation won't even be a thing. You're not even gonna be worried about that because you already realize you're nothing. You're a nobody. It's only when you got pride that you start getting worried about what people think of you. That's the only time you start worried about what people think is when pride comes into the scene.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I got two quick precepts for you out to back you up. That was it.
Come on, bro.
I got two quick precepts to back you up. This Proverbs chapter 15, verse 33. The fear of the Lord, Yahweh is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility. You know, so that's important. You know, you got it up.
It's funny because I was gonna actually do a lesson on honor because I was on a plantation. I was thinking about priesthood. No, I was listening to I was thinking about Psalms where it says the saints is going to be joyful and glory. And what's that? How did Yahawashi receive his glory? Through his persecution. And when you fast forward to today, we're joyful and we're joyful to get that glory. So that's why people say, blessed are they who are persecuted now for the name of Yahawashi. So it's a joyful thing to go for this persecution for Yahawashi. That's glory, being persecuted, being humiliated in the name of Yahawashi.
That's right, that's right. I got another one for you too, real quick. This First Corinthians chapter 4, verse 9. It says, "For I think that Yahawashi have set forth us the apostles last, as it were appointed to death, for we have made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to man. We are fools for Hamashiach's sake, but ye are wise in Hamashiach. We are weak, but ye are strong. Ye are honorable, but we are despised."
You got it, bro.
Let me keep reading a little bit more. It says, "Even unto this present hour we both hunger and thirst, and are naked, and are buffeted, and have no certain dwelling place, and labor working with our hands. Being reviled, we bless. Being persecuted, we suffer it. Being defamed, we entreat. We are made as the filth of the world, and are the offscouring of all things unto this day." You know, so we are we're fools for Mashiach's sake. You know, we're made a spectacle unto the world. You know, and we're defamed, but we entreat that. You know, we're made as the filth of the world. You know, but that's that's all good things because that's what Yahweh Shem Yahshua requires of us. And like I said, most importantly, we're fools for Mashiach's sake. You know, just like you was touching on how he got all his glory because of him withstanding and overcoming persecution, you know, to the maximum level. And that's what we have to do. You know, we have to withstand and overcome persecution on a maximum level to be able to receive our glory. So that's why we accept being the filth of the world and being a spectacle, you know, because it all humbles us down so we can be lifted up, you know.
Come on, bro.
Kind, bro. Right. You got something out?
You got it.
It's Matthew Matthew chapter 23 and verse 11. It says, "But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant, and whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted." You know, so um, it says, "Whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted." So us being humble, being brought low to a fact to have I mean to the point where we're humiliated, because that's what humble mean. When we go through all these things, being brought low like this is because the Lord is going to lift us up. He has a purpose in doing this, so he can show his power. Within us, and he can show his glory through us. And we can be glorified in him. Through us taking the low. And like it says in let me see if I can get it real quick. I think it's Luke. I think it's Luke 3 and 5, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on. So Luke chapter 3. Slakia. Luke chapter 3, I think it's 3 and 5. Yeah, this Luke chapter 3, verse 5. It says, uh, every valley shall be filled, and every mountain and hill shall be brought low, and the crooked shall be made straight, and the rough ways shall be made smooth. So that's what Yahawashi Shai is going to do. He's going to bring all the mountains and the hills low. And he's going to turn the crooked straight, and the rough ways he's going to make them smooth. And we had went rough ways, and the Lord is smoothing us out through this process of humility, so we can be built up and be strengthened.
Yeah, bro.
Con, you say you got one?
I say you got it.
Okay, Con. This Psalms 138 and verse 6. It says, "Though the Lord Yahweh shall be high, yet hath he respect unto the lowly, but the proud he knoweth afar off." You got that, bro?
So Yahawashi Shai is going to be onto the lowly. The people that are proud, they already put their faith in themselves. That's why they're proud. But the lowly, they wait for Yahawashi Shai. The lowly don't have no choice but to depend on Yahawashi Shai. They don't have any other options. Because because pride is the opposite of humble and humility. So if you're not being humble, you're prideful. And Yahweh Shemi Shai, he resists the proud. He said, matter of fact, he hates the pride. He hates the pride. One of the things that he said he hates.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So Rock 10 tell you that pride is hateful before man and Yahweh.
So everybody hates that.
You say, well,
I said everybody hates that.
right. Exactly. And then it said, though Yahweh Bashim shall be high, he have respect unto the lowly. So he like, yeah, I'm on high, but I ain't too high to toot my nose up at my guys. I got respect for the lowly, even though he on high, which he in the highest seat of the highest, but he still got respect to the lowly. He said he got respect for them. You know what I'm saying? So he respects the lows, man. All right, why? Because they respect him. The lowly respects him. If you high minded, you don't respect Yahweh Shemel Shai. Why? Because you feel like you up there with Yahweh Shemel Shai. You set your mind as Yahweh Shemel Shai, just like Esau. He don't respect Yahweh Shemel Shai because he feel like he on high.
Got it. And I did a video earlier, and I was just thinking, and it's funny that Eve actually wanted to be as the Most High,
Right.
taking that fruit, buying into what the serpent said. She wanted to be equal to Yahweh Shemi Shai. Now, who the fuck wants to do that? That was some sick shit right there.
Kind, bro. Kind.
That's sick. But that goes to show you the problem with women back then, and it ain't never stopped. It ain't never stopped.
Kind, bro. Kind. You got something out?
You got it, bro.
This Matthew chapter 18, verse 1. At the same time came the disciples unto Yahawashi, saying, Who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? And Yahawashi called a little child unto him, and set him in the midst of them, and said, Verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. Whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And whoso shall receive one such little child in my name, receiveth me. You got it, huh?
You got it, bro.
Yeah, so pretty much, Yahawashi, he said it out his own mouth, man. You got to humble yourself as a little child, man. You got to, and a child, they real humble, man. They real low, Like I be looking at, my 2-year-old, man. She, she can't. She depends on me to lead her the way to go, man. You know, she's just in it, like she's innocent and lowly. She can't even go pee on herself on her own, man. You know, so you gotta humble yourself to that type of level, to like the state of a child, to where you just you're completely understanding that you can't do nothing of your own. You know, you have to uh, look up to another to be able to receive anything that you receive. And you have to you have to pretty much be low, man. You know, you can't. You got to be like a little child, man. And that's what we're supposed to be. We're considered little ones. Lord willing, we those men. The men of the Lord are considered little ones. That's the the flock of the Most High. You're supposed to be reborn. That's why I say in Malachi 4:6. Before the great and dreadful day of the Lord, Yahawashi I will bring you Elijah the prophet, who shall turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the children to the fathers. So we supposed to be, like children, man. And those are the ones who are gonna inherit the kingdom of heaven. Those with their low mind frame, like a child. Not childish, but you got something up?
Uh,
Uh,
you got it, bro.
it's 1 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 1 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 22. It says, nay, much more. Salaki, let me start at 18. This is 1 Corinthians 12 and 18. But now have Yahawah by Shem Yahshua set the members of every one of them in the body as it hath pleased him. And if they were all one member, where were the body? But now are they many members, yet but one body. And the eye cannot say unto the hand, I have no need of thee, nor again the head to the feet, I have no need of you. Nay, much more those members of the body which seem to be more feeble are necessary. Which feeble, that goes into being like weak, that goes into being weak, which that was one of the definitions for the word poor. So, and when we read 1 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, it says we are weak, but we are strong. Why? Because we're strong in the eyes of Yahawashi, even though we weak, so it says the ones that's, which seem to be more feeble, they are necessary. Why? It says, and those members of the body which we think to be less honorable, upon these we bestow more abundant honor, and our uncomely parts have more abundant comeliness. All right, so the ones you might not acknowledge as so honorable, those are the ones who have more abundant honor. Why? Because they have a great amount of humility. And before honor is humility, like we read. So the more humble you are, the more lowly you are, the more weak and poor you are, the greater you are in the eyes of Yahawashi. You know, that's the ones he honors the most. So, you got brothers who like in certain positions within the body, you know what I'm saying? They receive honor in the eyes of men, in this world a lot. They get acknowledged on, a high level from men, but it's those who don't receive that same acknowledgement from men and honor from men, but those are the ones Yahweh Shem Shai is honoring on a higher level than those who are honored in the eyes of men. Even though in the eyes of men, those look at the other brothers as less valuable as someone who might be more honorable in their eyes. And Yahweh Shem Shai set it up like that for a reason, because in Luke, the 6th chapter, it says, "Woe to you who are rich now, for you shall hunger." And it goes into different accounts of having prosperity. You know what I'm saying? Then Yahweh Shemashah said, "You have received your consolation." So that's your consolation to have honor on this side. Honor from men. You know what I'm saying? And be esteemed in the eyes of men. And those who don't really get that same honor from men like others, they're getting that honor from Yahweh Shemashah. That's their consolation. Which it's really what it's about. It is what it's about. Not really. It is what it's about. You rather what it say the precept you always bring up. We would rather obey Yahweh Bashim Shad than men. You know, so we would rather receive honor from Yahweh Bashim Shad rather than receive honor from a man. You know.
Yeah, 29. I mean 5:29.
Yeah, Khan.
This is Ecclesiasticus 35, and you have one?
Go ahead, brother.
Ecclesiasticus 35:17. The prayer of the humble pierceth the clouds, until they come nigh, he will not be comforted, and will not depart to the Most High shall behold to judge righteously and execute judgment. So it says the prayers of the humble are going to pierce the clouds, and it says the humble are going to continually be praying on Yahweh Shem Yahshua, because we know that the humble are lowly, but like I was saying before, the only thing we got is to depend on Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Like that. Yeah. I'm gonna get this one. Psalms. Could be 8. In 10, it says, "The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He will wash his feet in the blood of the wicked, so that a man shall say, Verily, there is a reward for the righteous. Verily, he is a power that judgeth in the earth." And why? And why are the righteous saying this? Because we don't have any power in our own hands. We've given up our power, we've given up the world, and we gave up taking things into our hands, because the only thing we got left is prayers and faith. So that's what we're going to continually pick up prayers. We're going to continually have faith on the things that we do. And then when judgment comes to pass, that's what the brothers say. They call on Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Then Yahweh Shem Yahshua is on his throne judging right now. Women getting killed, children getting killed. And people always say, man, he never did nothing. He was a good neighbor. He kept to himself. Well, obviously he did something to get on Yahweh Shem Yahshua radar and get knocked off. Because they tell you in Job 4:7, the righteous are not cut off. So the people who are getting killed, that's just judgment from Yahweh Shem Yahshua.
Mm-hmm. Huh? That's it, brother.
Come.
All right, I got this in this Matthew chapter 20 and verse 16. It says, "So the last shall be first, and the first last. For many be called, but few chosen." You got that up?
I had that one. So it said the last are going to be first, and the first are going to be last. And it's funny because like we read in James 2 and 5, we brought out earlier that Yahawashi chose the poor of the world, rich in faith. These are going to be the people who are going to have they're going to be the heirs to the kingdom. And you bring that out again, bro?
It's Matthew chapter 20, verse 16. It says, "So the last shall be first, and the first last. For many be called, but few chosen."
Yeah, because you got a lot of people in this truth who are called. Some guys they don't want to do this work diligently. Some guys don't want to do the work at all. Uh, and then you got some people, and then you got people who are in the truth who are doing this work diligently, like their life depends on it, which it does. And people are just look at us like we not shit, we lazy, we don't like to do nothing. Why? Because we're not contributing to this world. Because we're not contributing to being carnal, right? When the only thing we were only commanded, bro. What's that, John? What is it? Deuteronomy, the duty of man.
Oh yeah, Ecclesiastes 12 and 13.
Yeah. You said 12, 13.
Con.
Ecclesiastes 12, 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the duty, the whole duty of man. So the whole duty of man is to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments and the fear Yahweh which falls into today, going out to the highways and hedges week in and week out, putting videos up throughout the week, right? And you got people of this world that's going to frown upon it because we don't fit their agenda. We don't do what they want us to do. But this is our whole duty. Our whole duty is this, okay? But people get it twisted up and they think we got to do other things. Like we gotta hold the door open for women, or we gotta take out the trash, or we gotta tell our mom happy birthday, happy Mother's Day. You gotta be a good son, right? Stupid stuff like that. You gotta give your children birthdays and celebrate holidays, things like that. When the whole duty of man is just to serve Yahweh Shemi Yahshua. And that's for the men. That's for the men to serve Yahweh Shemi Yahshua. And how do we do that? Like I said, going out on the highways and hedges, week in and week out, putting videos up throughout the week. And for the women, the way you please Yahweh Shemi Yahshua, please your man. This ain't really, it's not rocket science. People like it, make it rocket science.
Con. Does it on there, brother?
Not really.
Uh, this Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach in the Apocrypha, chapter 3, verse uh, 17. "My son, go on with thy business in meekness, so shalt thou be beloved of him that is approved." It says, "The greater thou art, the more humble thyself, and thou shalt find favor before the Lord Yahawashi." So it says you're supposed to go on about your business with meekness, you know. And what business is this? Well, this is Yahawashi's business. He says, "Occupy until I come." So this is a business. It's the business of Yahawah Bashem, Yahawashi, Yahawah, Yahawashi. This is their business. But we're supposed to carry forth their business in meekness, which is another word for humility. It says, for being humble. It says, the greater thou art, the more humble thyself. It says, and thou shalt find favor before the Lord Yahawah. So the greater we become, the more humble we're supposed to be. And an example is that is us coming into the faith, us receiving this gospel, from Yahawashi. We supposed to become more humble, and I can attest to that for being in the world. I was never like a super cocky, arrogant person or nothing, but I had way more pride on me in the world than I did when I came into the truth. I learned how to be way more patient, and way more low, realizing that, I'm a piece of shit really, and when you realize that you get humble real low, you get brought low and you realize like, my righteousness is filthy rags, I I deserve death, that humbles you, although I received this gospel, the doctrine, the name of the Heavenly Father, this truth, the brotherhood. I've been given spiritual gifts. I'm very appreciative of that, of course, but I'm very humble as well, though. I don't feel like I deserve this, but that's according to the scriptures. And then when you advance in the faith, when you continue to grow, in the faith, and you get more spiritual gifts, and you build your spiritual gifts that you have up, and you gain more attributes within the faith. You're supposed to get more and more humble. The more you come up in the faith, the more humble you're supposed to be. You don't supposed. They don't, that's not the more you're supposed to feel like you own some shit. It says verse 19. It says, many are in a high place and of renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek. It says, so many are in a high place, you know what I'm saying? But guess what? It says in renown, but it says the mysteries are revealed unto the meek. So only the mystery, Yahawah ain't revealing his mysteries unto no one but the lowly, man. It don't matter how high you is and what kind of prestige you got and what position you in any kind of form or fashion. He's only dealing with his low, the lowly. It says, verse 20, it says, for the power of the Lord Yahawah is great, and he is honored of the lowly. So that's who Yahawah receives honor from, the lowly. The great and those in high positions, they don't honor Yahawah like the lowly does. That's why he deals with the lowly, because they give reverence and respect and fear and honor to Yahawah. So in return, he exchanges it back to them, because you gotta be lowly to do that. If you that's why I tell you in Proverbs the 30th chapter, it says, give me food that's convenient for me, unless I say I have too much and forget the most high. And that's what happened with a lot of people. They get enough and then they forget about the most high, or they don't have enough and they say forget the most high. I gotta go do what I gotta do to get what I gotta get, But Yahawah he keep his men in the perfect position, which is that lowly place, not low enough to be destitute, eating out a trash can or something, but low enough to low enough to always give him reverence, You got something up?
Yeah, this is Psalms 118 and 8. It is better to trust in Yahweh than to put confidence in man. And putting confidence in man is like putting confidence in the things of this world, which the meek and the humble are not going to do, because the things of this world is like they tell you in 1 John 2:15. The things of this world is pride, lust of the eyes. Everything is about carnal. It's adverse to the scriptures. Everything here is all about what you can see and what you can prove. Everything here is completely adverse to the Bible. So it's better to put your trust in Yahawashi because you got a lot of people they'll look at us and be like, man, y'all not men of the Lord. Y'all expect us to believe. Y'all y'all are God's people. Y'all looking poor and bummy out here. Y'all ain't got no new shoes on. Y'all looking all raggedy with y'all beards. Y'all not even shaving. Y'all ain't got no shape ups. But Yahawashi, he doesn't want men out here looking like everybody else. He don't want men out here trying to stand up from everybody else. He wants the ones that's going to fall in line and do exactly what he said. Because when you look at football, when you got the best players, for the most part, these guys are out of control. Like TL, this dude, easily top 3 receivers, but this dude is out of control. You got guys like Michael Vick getting in trouble off the field, and Marshawn Lynch. He don't want to talk. He don't want to talk at podiums. You got guys that they were picked up to a certain degree, and then they started to feel themselves. They started to feel like they don't got to talk to nobody. They ain't got to deal with nobody. And that's the same thing with this truth, because you got people in this truth that reach a certain level, so-called, and they feel like they're untouchable now. You can't rebuke an elder, not even know what that means. Or you can't tell me nothing, you ain't on no type of level. But it's stuff like that that's going to get you destroyed. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that link up what you just said. That link up with that First Corinthians the 6th chapter. It says, "Set them who are least among you." Well, let's get it. Like Apostle Bar would say, let's not talk about it. Let's get it. This First Corinthians chapter 6, verse 2. It says, well, let me just get to the point. Verse 4. It says, if then this First Corinthians chapter 6, verse 4. If then ye have judgments of things pertaining to this life, set them to judge who are least esteemed in the church. You know, so the least esteemed in the church, them the ones who's supposed to be judging. Really, when you want to get into it, you know, you really want to get into some, you know, about oh, he too young to tell me something, or he can't, he's not up on a level to make that type of judgment call. Well, it just said right here that you're supposed to let them who are least esteemed in the church to judge the matters, man. You know, we're finna be a nation of judges, our kings, kings and judges, man. All right, so judging is what we do, you know. Like don't like that's some weird stuff, man. You know, I don't understand that. You know, that's not nothing hard. You know what I'm saying? That's what we were made to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you say, y'all?
I said, "Come."
Yeah.
And now we give respect to the elders, but at the same time, nobody is above rebuke.
Right. Right. Yeah,
That's
it's a
the
way.
difference.
So like my fault not to cut you out, but like that, what we had read in Sirach the 3rd chapter when it says, "Go about thy business with meekness." So it's a way to do your bit. It's a way to do business in a low fashion. You know, you ain't gotta go cussing nobody out or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Or like acting like you a tough guy or something. You know what I'm saying? But just let things be done decently and in order, man. You know, give respect where respect is due, man. You know, but it's not no law saying that just because you're least esteemed in the church you can't do nothing in the church. You know what I'm saying? Like we just read in First Corinthians the 12th chapter that it said that those who are seen to be less those who are feeble among you, them are the ones who you bestow more abundant honor, you know, and them really be the best brothers, the ones who like people like, oh, they ain't got, they don't know all the precepts, they don't know all the breakdowns, they don't really speak that much. You know what I'm saying? They cool. You know what I'm saying? They just do their thing. Don't really be the coolest brothers on the low. You know
Um,
this. You got something out?
you got it, bro.
Read these. I got a couple more. No, we probably running a long time. This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 20. It says, among brethren, he that is chief is honorable. So are they that fear the Lord, Yahawashi Shai, in his eyes. It says, so among brethren, the ones who on in the chief positions, they honorable, but in the eyes of the Lord, the most honorable are those who fear him the most. And you got men who only fear the eyes of men. You know what I'm saying? So they honorable in the eyes of men, but Yahweh Shai don't honor them like that. You know, the ones who fear the Lord, Yahweh Shai the most, them the ones who most honorable, and the ones who fear the Lord the most, them the ones who go the hardest for the Lord. You know, why? Because obviously they fear him, because they know if they don't go hard for him, he'll jack their ass up. You know, it says, verse 21, the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, goeth before the obtaining of authority, but roughness and pride is the losing thereof. Yeah, that's how you lose your authority with Yahweh Shai, by roughness and pride, man. You know, but the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, that goeth before you obtain authority. So you can't obtain authority unless you have a high level of fear for Yahweh Shai. It says, whether he be rich, noble, or poor, their glory is the fear of the Lord, Yahawashi Shai. So whether you rich, noble, or poor, their glory is the fear of the Lord, Yahawashi Shai. That's their glory. It says, it is not meet to despise the poor man that have understanding, neither is it convenient to magnify a sinful man. You know, so it says it's not meet to despise the poor man that have understanding. You know what I'm saying? And that's what brothers be doing, doing. Like somebody who poor and lowly, they don't show respect to them. They look at them as insignificant, but that's not meat, man. You know, they got understanding. All right, you better show them a high level of respect, man. You know, it says neither is it convenient to magnify a sinful man, and people do that just because of their prestige and their chief and their honor amongst men. They'll magnify them. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what's up. It says, great men and judges and potentates shall be honored, yet is there none of them greater than he that feareth the Lord, Yahweh Shai. So basically, that's the point right there. It says, great men and judges and potentates, they'll be honored. They'll get their little honor. But guess what? Yet there is none of them greater than he that feareth the Lord, Yahweh Shai. And the ones that fear the Lord, Yahweh Shai, the ones who are the most lowest, you know, and the ones who go about their business in full sincerity and in the way that Yahweh Shai told them to do it, you know, not making their own way, you know. You got some more, bro?
Yeah, this is Luke 6:26. Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you. For so did their fathers to the false prophets. And that's how you get prideful. That's how you get pumped up. When people start speaking well of you. It's only when people are talking crazy to you is when you stay on edge. When
Right.
people coming up against you, that's when you stay on. That's when you stay on your game. People come telling you good stuff, you got it good. That's when you fall off. That's when you start to go down a dark path.
Right.
People don't even want to rebuke you. They see you don't see nothing supposed to do. Like, no, I ain't gonna say nothing. That's a cool guy. I like him. And that goes down that dark path.
Right.
You get full and pumped up. But it said, whoa, so did they speak well of the false prophets. It's never a good thing when people you got the mass of people speaking well about you. That's never a good thing.
Right.
Yahawashi they didn't speak well about Yahawashi. They wanted to kill him just because. They wanted to choose him over an actual criminal. They chose him to kill over an actual criminal. That's how bad they hated him.
Right. That's wild. Yeah, he was Barabbas, he was actually in prison for murder and rape and robbery. He was actually convicted of that crime and in prison for that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's wild, you know. And then another point on what you just said too was you know, like when you start getting too much good remarks and good hearing so much good things, eventually you get puffed up. And that's like example of that is like those rappers, You know, like when they first come in the game, they be hungry as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like they be real hungry. You know what I'm saying? So they be like they first album be like stupid slapping. Like for any rapper you could think of, they first album always be the hardest. But after that, they gradually start to slow down. Cause why? Cause they start niggas start telling them, oh bro, you nice, bro, you got it. You know what I'm saying? They start getting a couple little show money. Then they shit just start getting watered down, man. You know why? Because they get puffed up. They go in the booth. They don't even try to you know be lyrical no more. They just throw some shit together with it on the track. You know what I'm saying?
Come.
This First Peter chapter 5 verse 2, it says, "Feed the flock of Yahawashi, which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind, neither as being lords over Yahawah's heritage, but being ensamples to the flock. And when the chief shepherd shall appear, ye shall receive a crown of glory that fadeth not away." It says, like, so there you go right there. Tell you how you supposed to feed the flock of Yahweh Shem Shah. You know, they go into pretty much humility, and guess what? That's how you're gonna receive your crown from Yahweh Shah, who is the chief shepherd, by the way. When he comes, that's the chief shepherd. That's how you're gonna receive your crown when it come down to it. It says, likewise, Jay younger, submit yourselves unto the elder, like me and the brother was saying, like that don't mean you disrespect your elders that's above you. Like what the hell? Like you still give respect to your elders. You know what I'm saying? Because they are over you in the spirit. You still submit yourselves to them. It says, but at the same time, just because you're older in the spirit than the brother, that don't mean you could be a lord over them. You can't do that, man. You supposed to be humble as well. You supposed to be humble as that younger brother. You know, it says, yea, all of you be subject one to another. It says so, but see, there it goes. It's telling you right there. So even if you are an elder brother, you still supposed to be subject to the younger brother under you. It says, and be clothed with humility. It's telling you to be clothed with humility, for Yahawah Bashem Yahushua resisteth the proud and giveth grace to the humble. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, that he may exalt you in due time. So this point is this simple and plain, man. He giveth grace to the humble. You know, you humble yourselves before under the mighty hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. He gonna exalt you, man. Just chill out. Jake don't know how to chill, bro. That's the problem with Jake. Jake do not know how to sit his ass down somewhere, man. You know, like I had I always talk about my partner from the world. He had a Jamaican dad, and his dad, you know, Benjamin, so-called Jamaican dad. His dad was Benjamin. He used to always be like, "Keep your ass body quiet." You know what I'm saying? Like he was saying, like just chill. You know what I'm saying? Like just chill. You know what I'm saying? But I always think about that now. Like he's like, "Keep your ass body quiet." Like cussing in patois in Jamaican. Like, nigga, chill the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? That's what Jake got to do. Just chill out, bro. Yahweh Shemashah gonna give you everything you want. He gonna give you your little fame. He gonna give you a little renown. You know, it tell you that Zephaniah the third chapter, he gonna give us praise and fame in all the lands where we would put to shame at. So that's more fame and more respect and renown than you can even imagine. You know what I'm saying? It says, what can you read it out? My screen cracked.
Yeah. It says, what do you mean by when you said, if you don't have the truth, then you're wicked?
Oh, go ahead, McQuad. You got it.
You could bring up congregation of the dead.
Yeah, Con. This Proverbs. I know we probably running low on time too. I know you want to get that count before we go to.
Nah, we good.
Okay. This Proverbs chapter 21, verse 16. It says, the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Salaki, let me read it one more time. This Proverbs 21:16 says, the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
And this is Romans 6 and 23. For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of Yahawah is eternal life through Yahawashi Hamashiach, our Lord. So if you're not in the truth, you're with sin. And you're in a congregation of the dead, which are going to commit sin, which is wicked, and you're going to get put to death. You know, I said, if they not with us, they're against us. It's just that simple. It's only two sides here. You want righteousness or you're wicked. There is no in between. There is no.
I got a quick one too for the brother, real quick. This Proverbs chapter 13, verse 13. It says, "Whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandment, Yahawah, shall be rewarded." You know, so that's simple. It says, "He whoso despises the word, they're gonna be destroyed." So if you're gonna be destroyed, that means you're wicked. You know, and if you despise the word, you know, which despise mean to look at as insignificant. If you look at this truth as insignificant, you're gonna be destroyed, which makes you wicked. It says, "But he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded." Right. So if you're gonna receive a righteous reward. You know, it says that everyone must receive the things done in their body, whether good or bad. So everybody gonna get a reward. It's either gonna be a righteous reward or a reward for the wicked, and the reward for the wicked is destruction. Why? Because they didn't have the truth. You know, so they got put to death.
That's right. What's that? Hebrews 11 and 7.
Con.
Nah. Romans 11 and 7.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's exactly what it's saying. Like you have to have a true understanding of the scriptures, because if you don't have true understanding of the scriptures, like the brother brought out in Proverbs 21 and 16, you are already dead. You know, you are already dead. But you got it, Salah.
Yes, Romans 11 and 7. What then? Israel have not attained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. According as it is written, Yahawah have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear, unto this day. And David said, let their table be made a snare and a trap and a stumbling block, and a recompense unto them. Let their eyes be darkened, that they may not see, and bow down their backs always. So, in other words, Yahawashi close these people's eyes who don't have the truth, just so they can be destroyed. Because if you ain't got the truth, like the brother said, you're going to be destroyed. It's that simple. And even if you do got the truth, you still can be destroyed for not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
We got 20 seconds.
Oh, come on. Why do you think people going to be saying Lord, Lord in that day? But